Belief, cause and effect, and attraction. Let's talk about these things in my own experience. They are very, very powerful concepts or ideas that influence how many people think, how they act, and how they shape their lives. Um, Belief, cause effect, cause and effect, and attraction. How do you see them? Do you see them as spiritual things, or do you see them as a psychological pattern or a philosophy of life? Whichever way you see them, one thing is going to be very clear, that the way that people think influences the way that they live. So let's break down these ideas simply and practically. Belief will give you certain results because what your strongest belief is usually alters the result. In simple terms, people often act according to what they believe is possible. If somebody believes that I can grow, I can improve, I can succeed, they behave in a way that is aligned to that. And if somebody believes the opposite, I will fail, I will not succeed, I cannot do it, I'm unlucky, nothing ever works for me, somehow, their life ends up going in that general direction. And so you've got to believe and be persistent in a belief that is in your favor. Your belief will also affect the way that you act. And as a result, the outcome will be the same. If you believe that improvement is possible, then you'll begin to see opportunities for what they are. You will take time to learn new skills. You'll recover from setbacks, and you'll keep trying over and over again. If you happen, however, to believe that life is just failure and hard and so on, then the one thing that I can tell you for free is that you've guaranteed yourself failure. And that's why many limitations, many failures begin internally before they appear externally. What about cause and effect? It's actually simpler than you think. Every action produces a definite result. In other words, outcomes do not just happen randomly. They come because of a choice that you have made. And the choice will have consequences. We know that from a certain politician who said that. If you save money consistently, you will get a fat bank account and you'll have financial stability over time. If you look after your health will be good as long as you can live. If you invest your 5% of what you earn in learning, if you're disciplined enough, then it's going to come back to you later and benefit you. However, let's look at the reverse of that. If you do not do anything with principle, with focus, with habit, then of course you're going to fail. So you cannot ignore behavior because behavior is what produces results. And everybody's looking for financial freedom. But many also want financial freedom without financial structure. And it's just not possible to get that. Results are connected to repeated, consistent, correct actions. Small actions matter. They matter more than people realize. Because over time, consistency grows. It attracts the right results. Attraction is often described as in this way. Let me put it in this way. You will ultimately attract into your life people, situations, circumstances that harmonize with your most present thought. In other words, you are a net sum of your most dominant thoughts. Practically speaking, there is an important truth inside of it. What you focus on and consistently will give you, it will develop your attitude, it will create your awareness, it will change your behavior, and the opportunities that you will notice and your view of life will change because of what you focus on and your attitude towards life. If someone, like I said earlier, is focused on growth, solutions and possibilities will come towards, leaning towards that growth, and you'll be able to see them and to exploit them. And you'll become proactive and optimistic that you can actually do them and succeed. Let's not even look at the negative, but it's good to know that what you focus on influences your decision and your behavior. Positive thinking alone is not enough. Yes, there is power in positive thinking, but it's not always enough. A visualization without any action will not change anything. You cannot say, I'm going to think and then sit and nothing and then expect anything to change. It will not. You need to have an action that follows that kind of thinking, and your mindset must be arranged in a way that allows for that. Meaning that you need to combine your belief, your focus, your discipline, and consistent action, and see how these things work in your favor. So how do these three principles connect? What you believe will influence what you think is possible. What your mind will focus on consistently is what you'll ultimately become, is what you'll ultimately attract. And at the end, this is what I've seen in my own experience, is that your thoughts influence your behavior influences your outcome, and repeated outcomes shape your life. And that is why self-awareness matters. Many people unknowingly repeat thoughts and habits that keep producing the same results. Can you change yours? You think you can change yours? Change often begins internally. You have to change it you have to change inside before it becomes external and visible. At the end of the day, these three principles that we've discussed all point towards one important idea. And that the idea is that your mindset matters. Your consistency matters. And you must go beyond just believing. You must act on your belief. Action without a direction actually yields chaos. But belief combined with discipline, knowledge, and intentional effort will give the desired change for the better.